because that sounds hype
Yeah.
as shit, especially since Penguin, we're only getting 1 episode a week. That pissed me off, Shubert. I'm not going to lie. I thought we were getting 3 and then they're doing 1-to-1. But you know what that tells me? HBO knows they have a hit because HBO only does this when they know they have a big show and they want people to watch every Sunday.
And talk.
Yeah. Yep. If it wasn't good, we would have got all of it. That's just what it was. That's just what it is.
Yeah. You mentioned The Sopranos. Like, I ended up watching it, Penguin, the day after I had watched a little bit of Goodfellas.
Oh, you were
So
right
I
in the
was
vibe.
like, already, so I was right in the vibe. So as soon as we get into it, I'm like, oh, we're in it.
Yeah.
Like when Alberto, the guy from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, comes in and he's like doing his monologuing and stuff, and I'm like, this is wild. Like, what's gonna be what's the play here? And
when you say the way you say that, what's the play? That's what I'm thinking the whole time. I'm sitting here like, okay, is he planning is he gonna have to kill him later? I'm thinking of like, what's the plan? Like, is he gonna follow him for a little bit? Like, where are we going with this? And then like once he gets his sister out, like, yeah, like I thought he was gonna make moves. Bro, when Penguin shot his ass 6 times to start the fucking show and then starts laughing, I was like, oh no, we got to hit this Emmy winner. I was like, Colin going for it. But I texted you, and we can go in more in depth, like throughout the scenes, timeline wise, if you want. But I just got to say this. I texted you. I said, yo, watch Penguin? Absolutely incredible. Our girl, Kristen Milotti, best part. I texted you and Reg that. I said, as good as Colin Farrell is, he's not the best actor in this. The best person in episode 1 was Kristen Milotti. And then I'll give it to Colin.
But yeah, like if someone like Colin won the first half, and then Kristen Milotti won the second half. As soon as she got in,
as soon as she came into the show, bro, God, she was incredible.
Like she's playing that Sophia Falcone, or that's her name.
No,
right?
That's who she's playing. She's playing
that. Yeah. I mean that's she's playing that well, like based off of everything that we know about Sophia and being the hangman killer and stuff like that. I can't wait till we get with her in Arkham. Like I see that we see like some of that. Like I'm ready to see that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think that the dumbest thing right now, I feel like in the Penguin is you got little boy from the Runaways just tagging along with him, which I think is eventually going to be cool.
Okay, his name. There's a theory going around. His name is Victor. And remember, at the end, when Penguin was like, I told you to cut off his head, not just the pinky. And then he goes into, but if I had to cut it off, the thyroid, it wouldn't have looked beautiful the way you wanted. And I just wanted to give it a beautiful picture. Who is that? Victor Zsasz. We think he's going to be Zsasz, bro. And like the way he just described cutting up that person and the way he wasn't sick about it after, it just shows he's a little crazy. He's a little loony. So I would love if Victor became Victor Zsasz.
Yeah, no, that would be really cool. I think it was interesting to have their dynamic going through. It is, now he is going to be Penguin's right-hand guy, so like that would make sense for it to be Zsasz because like he's going to build this empire.
Yep, and Zsasz is a paid for hire.
Marvelous job playing them
for all those
playing the middle
before all the big name villains, Two-Face, Penguin, Joker. Zsasz kills. Well, no, he hasn't killed for Joker. He killed for Penguin and Two-Face. So.
Yeah. So when he goes to see like Sal in the prison, I'm like, oh, here he goes. He's doing his thing. And so, but now where he places himself right now is perfectly in the middle. Of, like, this war, and like as long as he can keep Sophia out of in the dark, which he eventually he probably won't. Like he could choose the winner, and then
if I'm Sal, I'm pissed because I'm in jail. My crew ain't do shit, and now you pin this murder on me. You a motherfucker. But that was so smart that Penguin took the ring, gave it to Sal, and then has when he's sitting there and that wire is going through his arm, I'm literally thinking to myself, what the fuck is going to happen? Like, how is he going to get out? Like, I did not know I did not expect that. That was one of the most awesome twists where we didn't see it coming at all because I didn't know what the fuck Vic was about to do.
Because I thought Vic was gone.
Like I thought
he
did the
did.
cops show up? I knew it wasn't Batman, but part of me was like, is it Batman? Like, what the fuck is gonna happen? And then Penguin starts a little smirk comes off when she leaves, and he just starts laughing. And I'm like, oh, this motherfucker here. And then boom, we see it with the payback, and oh, it was perfect, bro. And then the way Kristen Milioti sees it and just screams. Oh,
Yeah.
that was perfect, bro. Everything about episode 1 was perfect.
And her best scene was in that interrogation.
Oh, it was great.
In that interrogation when she was talking to Oz and she's like getting in his face and stuff. Like the way that her she played that emotion. It's crazy.
I hope she doesn't
really
die.
Good stuff.
I hope she doesn't die and is in Batman 2 so we can have her meet her half sister, which is fucking Catwoman. Because in the comics, let me tell you, Catwoman pushes her out a window and causes her to be crippled. Yes. So honestly, Shubert, I'm gonna be real. If Batman, because see,
and that's part of the Harvey Dent story too.
Yep. I think that Batman, the way everybody's been talking about it, I don't think. You remember how I always said I think Robert Pattinson has to be in an episode. I don't think it has to be Pattinson. I think we're gonna have somebody under the hood, but we're gonna see him from the back, like a shadow type situation. But I wouldn't be mad because, like, you remember how you said you think it's going to be a blur. It's not going to be fully Batman. And it's exactly what you said about how Batman's doing something else right now. And he comes back. I think you're absolutely right because they even show in the papers in the beginning, it's like, where's the bat? Somebody wrote, like, after the thing, he went missing. He's doing something right now. Literally what you called. But I think we'll see him come back at the end. But if Catwoman was in this, bro, I wouldn't be mad. Because, like, Catwoman fits. She's a Hal Falcone.
Right.
Like it would just be
but she went to Bloodhaven.
Yeah, she did. No, you're right. If she man, I just want Sophia to meet her because I think Zoe Kravitz and Kristen Milioti together would kill it. They would kill it.
Maybe we might get it one day. But you're right. I think like Sophia needs to stay. Like I think
the way
that you build that out is you like I wish that she wouldn't have already been established the Hangman Killer because now she can't become the Hangman Killer, you know?
Well, she could. Well, okay, hear me out. What happens in Long Halloween is basically they out the Holiday Killer, and then the whole time they're trying to figure out who's the Hangman Killer. What if they did it reverse, where they outed the Hangman and they're trying to figure out who's the Holiday, and it turns out Sophia's just the Holiday as well. Like she just changed her name. Like that's basically what because in the comics, Albert was Holiday. They outed him early, and then they're trying to figure out who Hangman is. What if it's flipped where, Albert was the real Hangman Killer and painted on Sophia, and now Sophia's actually killing, she's the Holiday. I would love if that's the case.
Yeah. Yeah, but anything to keep Kristen Milioti.
Yeah, because she was great. She was great. What do you think? Any theories going for like? Funny thing is, the guy who plays the underboss, that dude's always a fucking second in command. Yeah, he was in House of Cards. He's always a fucking second in command. But I'm gonna say this: I don't see him as a mob guy. Like he does not give off mob guy. He gives off like politician.
I think I've seen him. I think I've seen him in another mob thing.
Oh, you did?
That's why
okay,
I think it works.
Damn,
I think I have. I don't know exactly which one it was.
I feel like the last thing I saw him in was House of Cards.
I think he definitely was in that. That's for sure.
Facts.
Yeah. So like thinking about theories. I think there's going to be a war between the two gangs like here pretty soon. I think like Oz is gonna like he's not even gonna pick a side. He's just gonna wait for it all.
He's gonna be in the middle.
Pan out and then
very much so like Gotham's Penguin, where Gotham's Penguin put Fish Mooney against Maroni. That's hilarious. That this is very Gotham-esque. Like I got to give Gotham its credit. People hated on it. It had its misses for sure.
It had some good stories.
Penguin was the best part
for DC characters. Yeah. So yes, and I think you mentioned Gotham, and I didn't know if we were allowed to speak those words on this podcast, but yes, like I feel like they're going to pull a lot of like what we saw in Gotham with
Yep.
the Penguin, where his mom is highly influential in how he moves.
Bro, his mom was literally Tony Soprano's mom. Like, I was literally watching that. I was like, damn, she's fucking forcing him to be a gangster. Just how Tony's mom used to make him feel bad that he wasn't as good as his dad. Like, what the fuck? Just, and the lady's having dementia to start. And then all of a sudden she's like, but you need to kill. Like, she gets serious for that moment and becomes like this vindictive person. And the whole time, I definitely thought she was about to say, get this nigger out my house. Get him out my house.
I thought she was saying that.
Like, I thought the racist was coming out, bro. I was like, oh, Vic, I'm sorry. That she killed. That was another good scene, bro. I did not expect that we were going to, I knew we were going to get a lot of Penguin backstory, but I didn't expect that I would be this much enveloped in a Penguin story. I thought it needed Batman, but this showed me that they could do the show without Batman, and I still like it.
Yeah, I think like, mentioning Gotham again, I think they pulled a lot of like what made Gotham work was that Penguin story, and like that you can tell a Penguin story the right way. So,
and I think
like one of my
just real quick, I think what helps it compared to Gotham is that we know Batman's there. I think that helps it a lot.
Right.
Whereas in Gotham, it's like, there's no Batman. So like, why are y'all doing this?
Yeah. So I think like if I were to give a prediction, I think we're going to not have so many connections.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like I think like, if Vic is possibly Zaz, that tracks. But like I can't imagine that we have too many other new connections.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Like villains that we don't expect.
Would we see someone we like? Would anyone we've seen before is fair game? But I'm saying like I don't think we're gonna be getting like. I don't think it's gonna be name drop city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be pretty grounded in like the story that they're telling.
No, I'm with you. Like I
mean,
maybe at the end, like
that wouldn't be the craziest. That wouldn't be the craziest one for me. I'm saying more so like just other villains.
Clayface,
like, I don't
Mr.
think
Freeze.
like where Gotham was throwing out people every week. Like we're not gonna get any other villain.
We never talked about this, but is Jim Gordon a possibility for this?
Yeah, and it's like anyone we've ever seen before.
Yeah, because I can see Jim Gordon. Because like, there's no way that Penguin's gonna do all these murders.
Almost like they put a Bullock in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. But my thing is, he can't be doing all this crime and there's no police that come. Like that's a little absurd.
Yeah.
Also, I like how
cop's name, Montoya.
Yeah, Montoya. I could see Montoya or Bullock. We could get either one. I like how Gotham, because Matt Reeves always said that in his universe, Gotham's a character. You feel it a lot in the TV show. That Gotham is like this character.
And in the after show section,
I watched that. Yeah, that was great.
Like they also mentioned that as Gotham is kind of like a living, breathing character, and it's more so. Well, I mean, it wasn't the Batman too, but
it wasn't the Batman movie, but you
can
feel like a TV show. I didn't even like the movie was great, but Matt Reeves even said it. I think in the after thing, the movie was so focused on Batman because it had to be. Whereas with this, we can expand the universe and let everything breathe, and you can understand why Batman is like he is because you're going to understand the world that he lives in. Like, this world was already evil and Batman was born in it. We're going to see the evil world that made Batman who he is. So, and the same thing that made Oz Cobb, because, like, I'm sure his backstory is tragic. His fucking foot looks... Oh, that was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, that foot is horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That foot is bad, bro. Why did Sophia take his foot off, his brace? She know that was fucked up, bro. Sophia was wrong for that. She could have still cut his arm off, but let his foot on. What the fuck?
Yeah, but also, one thing I'd say about watching this show, it really does go to show that Colin Farrell was a great choice. I think he was really buying into it.
It makes me think that Jonah Hill
he was great in the Batman, but it's like
like Jonah Hill would not have been able to do this, bro. Like, I'm sorry, Jonah Hill's great, but not this.
This is method acting to the max. Like, you've got to like walk the walk. You've got to talk the talk.
Jonah Hill made the right choice because there's no world where I can see Jonah Hill as Gotham Soprano. No fucking world, bro.
No.
He's too funny. Like he would have been more of a comic penguin. And I think same thing with Josh Gad. Matt Reeves made the right choice in not going with those two.
Yes, 100%.
Like Colin
But yeah,
Farrell.
I'm super
God.
excited for the show. I'm ready for
I'm ready for the
next
second episode.
week.
Yeah. Sunday.
But yeah. So that
I'm trying to
wraps
think if
us
there
up
anything else
here
from
today.
the show. I think that's everything because it was a short episode.
I think it's everything.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it was short in terms of like we
Things that
really
happen.
played in scenes for a long time. Like, but yeah, things that happened. But it was it was an hour.
They let things breathe for sure, bro. For sure. And his dumbass, I didn't even realize. Last thing, and I'm glad they did it this way, bro. They eliminated my "Are we sure?" before it happened. My first thought when he killed Alberto. This is not your club. You don't own this. There are cameras. Remember, in Batman 1, Falcone had cameras everywhere. I don't know if he had it in his office, but he had cameras everywhere. So even if they didn't have it in his office, it would have showed Alberto going up and you in a body bag going out. Like, and Sophia didn't see that, but she did see, she found the kids who saw his car and she saw the car leaving on camera. So it's like, okay, you can't drive this purple Maserati and no one see your ass, dumbass. but that goes to Penguin's, and that goes to some of Penguin's deficiencies. He has this unnecessary urge that his mom placed on him to show that he's this rich baller. He shouldn't have gotten a purple Maserati. He should have just gotten a car that was unnoticeable. And I'm glad he started to drive the hoopty with Vic because you can't be noticed, bro. Because if you doing what you're doing, people gonna know who you are. And it was beautiful that he learned that through the episode.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that we've got a hit on our hands. So we're just gonna keep seeing how it goes as it progresses.
Great draft for the boy.
Yeah.
My number one pick.
Let everyone know what's going on with the network.
Hell yeah, make sure. Okay, so you follow me at LynBWT, follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Be sure to check out, we didn't drop a Bros Who Think podcast episode this week because I had a lot of stuff due Monday for school. So we'll have an episode next week, but we have 2 episodes of Manga Melee. Chrissa, Jay, Verson, and Pete watched the Don movie and reviewed it. The movie only premiered in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and Chris and Verson went. They were like, you want to come? But again, I had school. So I was like, y'all go watch it and then y'all can review it and we'll put it out, which they did. That episode's really great. Also, Jay, Verson, and myself reviewed Orb, Movements Around the Earth. It's a new manga. We discussed volume 1, so y'all can check out that review. Also, the One Piece manga review is out for the latest chapter because there's a break this week. We won't get a chapter till next week, so be sure to check out the review. You have plenty of time. Also, we're going to drop a theory video later this week, as well as a wrestling podcast, the Work Shoot Show, and we should have something else, but I don't want to announce it because I want it to be a surprise, but that'll be later in the weekend. But yeah, man, just be sure to follow us at Bros Who Think, and on Twitter at LynBWT. Also, this podcast, we'll be putting all the Penguin episodes reviews on YouTube, so be on the lookout, subscribe to the YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much everything we got.
All right. Yeah. A great episode, and we'll be back to talk about more next week. Maybe Monkey Man.
Yeah, we'll do Monkey Man next week.
Penguin. Aaron Hernandez episode 2.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do it. I'm gonna watch that shit for sure. We could do less news next week and more reviews. So
yeah. So you can definitely talk to us anytime on Discord. We definitely love hearing from the fans. That does kind of have been able to drive some content for us moving forward. Appreciate everyone who reached out to us. And I hope you continue to listen to the podcast. You can find me on Twitter at ShubesBWT, and I hope everyone out there has a great week, and as always, keep binging.